this is gonna be my reaction for malanin organization democracy. Let's go. Music video. I'm very sorry if I butchered the name of this song. Let's go. Yeah, Global Faction is absolutely the best company for rap and this kind of style of music. For this, they are really bringing the A game always with all the rappers, and they're very nice to find new rappers this way. Like you can really bring, and all of these rappers, like many of them are political, but they are really bringing their own style of rapping. Like they of course they use rapping like common rapping, but they use different aspects of rapping. Like, and that is, I really like it because you can really listen to rap music. Some are different flow to it. Like some of them have like acoustic guitars, like African drums and other instruments from other cultures, and that brings it much more interesting. Like they are, it's much more interesting to listen to this and other raps, and it's like more like always electronic in the background, like always like electronic piano, electronic computer. Like it's always more music, which is always acoustic, is always more interesting. For that mean that people play acoustic instruments are more. It's more easy to do wrong with acoustic instrument and electronic instrument, and that is the reason why Global Faction is really a nice music channel for YouTube, and I'm very glad that they have so diverse style of music in it. And I should be very nice if sometime in the future maybe they have some metal, like alternative metal style music in Global Faction, like I don't know what kind of, but some kind of interesting metal like style and so on. Yeah, let's continue with the actual video. Yeah.
Questioned your worth within this law circus, your purpose, why they enforce courts to burst doors and searches, corporate merchants pressing your jaw against the floor surface, 4 in the morning storm like water submerges, making my daughter nervous, forging a permit, if I don't comply the jurisdiction laws are made worth.
Yeah, and yeah, when you talk about the law circus, and yeah, it's exactly true. Like the law is like a circus. They're really treating people what's the word for it, like they like clowns. They are really, yeah, it's really fucked up. The law system in around the world, like here in Sweden, America, England, around the globe, is really fucked up. It's absolutely fucked. If you are a person with is poor, with other skin color, or if you different gender and so on, and you always gonna be treated like trash of the police. Like if like really like so that is totally true when they say like the law is a total circus. So the law is totally fucked up. Yeah, let's continue.
I was birthed as a natural person, compliant to the laws of my divine purpose. Took right turns to learners, a righteous servant. Saw life behind an iron curtain. Watching brothers awaiting the night for a verdict, treated like vermin. Beaten like his keys be serving. Left the leak in the cell as blood seeps through our detergent. Gang wars to drug seizures. Used to fund police stations, shot tanks to Middle Eastern regions. As shots blow at civilian legions. They block roads for familiar reasons. Unlock holes in particular seasons. Sick of this wine trying to make me feel fear.
More is like with drugs and so on, like the people who have the most of the drugs are rich, the elite in societies. Like there's always the people always get away with it, all the drugs and so on. So that is a very hypocrisy thinking. Like you always blame the poor person for all the drugs, but the real people with have all the drugs are the rich, like an elite of society, the movie stars, the presidents, the governments, the kings, like the rich people, the elite. Like these are the people who have the heavy drugs, and always can get away with it, like the cocaine, like heroin, all like heavy stuff or drugs. They are the people who can get away with it because they are elites. The elite almost always get away because they are so powerful. How can you arrest a president? You cannot put a president behind bars if you find some cocaine on his home. It's impossible. Of course, they can do everything like if they are the elite. You cannot arrest the elites, and so on. You can arrest like simple elite, like the high, like kings, president. So that is the reality. Like the truth is, people that have the heavy drugs. Like one example, of course, now, like Pablo Escobar is he buy a whole villa in Florida, like big villa with, like, you have hippos there, and of course, and that is all of them is of course drug money, and how of course you have to spend the money to export the drugs and economy with the drugs, and so on. But yeah, so we should not kill ourselves now. We should be honest, but yeah, and so on. Let's continue with the song.
Always got me staring through my rear view. It all adds up in statistics. It's big business to get you shifted. This wretched state depends on how many arrests they make. Have the nerve to call this a terrorist state when you're holding 45.
And he also say one thing here. They calling the other country for terrorist, but themselves are working with the terrorists. That, like, in UK are a really hypocrisy country. Like I don't say every English people are that, but I say the system, the politicians are. They definitely are. That they're working with Saudi Arabia. It's one of the most extremist extremist regime. Not sorry, I don't. That's bad to say. I don't mean the people. I mean the regime. Like the kingdom in Saudi Arabia are the most extreme. That is like this so bad of the UK to even talk about terrorism when they pay like atomic bombs, like chemical weapons and so on, like weapons and heavy weapons like grenade launchers. And they buy it like because Saudi Arabia have oil. There's a reason like UK and Saudi Arabia are connected because of oil and weapon trade. So that is like so fucking hypocrisy of the UK to even talk about terrorism. They should never even talk about it. For they themselves work with the terrorists. They are the same people. They train like the Saudi Arabian government. So also pay at the same time they pay Al Qaeda and so. So they are really. I don't even understand why not the UK army even work with the Taliban. They are the same. They work with the same people. Like, so they are so stupid. And I don't mean the UK people are stupid. I mean the government are so stupid. And they are really. It's like even in Sweden, like my country, even also sell weapons to Saudi Arabia. Like, it's so interesting that you can speak against terrorism, but you work with them at the same time. So don't speak about terrorism if you are working with them. So yeah, so they are really stupid. The royal family is so stupid, and it's so funny when even Tony Blair or all that fucked up bricks that even speak about it. It's like so stupid. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, look it up. Just read the books, find it on the internet. Just look it up with everything what UK weapons deal with Saudi Arabia. And yeah, it's very easy to find. Lots of documentaries like to find it, and really look it up and really read about it and really understand it. To like don't blame another country if yourself say you're the same. Look yourself in the mirror before you point your finger against the other country. If you are this, if you're even better person, like UK in history, like history of UK, like England with the weapon, England's army have killed more people in history than the Taliban, Boko Haram, and ISIS together have done. So they don't even speak about this kind of thing when you are the baddest of them all. In colonizing slavery in Caribbean and so on. So yeah, the UK as politician and the kings. Yeah, let's continue with this song. Yeah.
Mac 11s and 38s, circling the states, ready to purge on the niggas' fate. Throw me on the turf and put the dirt to my face. That's freedom, got a shotgun. Freedom, got a shotgun. That's freedom, got a.
And here also he talk about like do freedom have a weapon, a shotgun? Is America's system? Like American, they believe in that Second Amendment bullshit. With the weapons law for normal people to buy weapons. Of course, if you're selling weapons to normal people, of course there's gonna be school shooting. Of course there's gonna be shooting on the streets. No, I don't need to talk about this kind of thing. For that is so stupid. Like this. You don't need. You don't need to explain to people the consequence to buy weapons for normal people, like not police or not military or hunters. Of course, hunters should have hunter weapons for they want to hunt to eat food. Of course, I don't eat meat. I am vegetarian, but I accept that hunters should have gun for hunting. But normal people, like school teachers, also not so long they are not like police. Police should not have the weapon at home. They should have weapon in there, and so on. So that I don't want to talk about it. I think that this is a waste of time, and that is so stupid to talk about this thing. So people should know they are not children. Like the American system are not children. So it's so totally stupid. Yeah, let's continue.
That's freedom, got a shotgun. 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 Well, you better go get it if you ain't got one. The same nigga was always quick to stab a brother, never did shit when he got his hands bent behind the covers. That same nigga was always quick to screw an next man down, never made a sound when he got his head pressed in the ground.
And here also, the same person to stab you in the back with a knife, he's not going to do the same thing when he's behind the prison bars, because there's someone else who's going to stab him in the head with the knife. So that is also true. So don't play as a big guy if you can stand up to the rest of them. What I like with this song, he talk about the police system against some minority of people, like black people and other people, and he speak about again what police do, like how police people treat poor people who cannot stand up again for themselves, and that is good with the song. For this very very powerful and very powerful meaning with the song. Like, do freedom have a shotgun? And of course, if you have a weapon in your hand, you can force your beliefs of freedom against to other people. You can force that. Okay, this is the way it should be free, or you don't like this freedom, or time to die, and that is the point when you say like the freedom have a shotgun, and like if you have weapons in your hand, of course you can say, oh, we liberty this country, of course, but of course they don't do. They just want the resource for the country and enforce that with the gun point and say, okay, if say in the news now that we are liberating your country or we shoot you, of course. So dictatorship can have many shape. Like you can have many faces of a dictatorship. You can have very smart dictatorship, like maybe America are, but they are very democracy in their own countries, but they are very dictator forcing to other countries. So every goddamn president in the whole of history of America is horrible, and so that is important thing I want to say now. It's a very important thing. I am not against the American people. I'm not against the UK people. I'm against the system of America and UK. So please remember that. This is very important. So don't mix it up. Don't mix it. Don't think that I'm against American people. Okay, I understand why some people voted for Donald Trump. I understand that, for they don't have any job. They lost all the like metal industry for the cars and so on. I understand that, and don't blame these people. I'm blaming the lies of the system. The American president always say, like Barack Obama was also a big liar, and also he bombed. Also horrible person. He bombed people with his Predator drones, his armies. Like every president is sitting in the chair in the White House is always going to be transformed to a different person at the time they are president. Of course, they are going to be bad person in the end, but they are, because the system of America is a military system. They are like, in one example in Hawaii, you like it's big weapons. Like America is based on weapon industry. Like they are, I think they are one of the biggest weapon industry in the whole world. And of course they are. You have to be aggressive to kind of sell weapons. If so of course they are not pacific. Of course they are joining with global assassination of people against them. Of course they are. So everything like that. The system is really upside down in these two countries and many more countries. And so, yeah, let's continue.
On a stretcher, void and skate in a veteran. Still caught a case left sprained from the neck up. Worried about your fucking chain and how you dress up. Should be understanding the laws and the cause of your servant protector. How they learn to neglect us. When there's brothers bursting off suppressors, innocent murders in the urban sector. Left my wrist torn, put me with four in the van. You just a fucking pawn in the plan. Supposed to be upholding the law of the land. Throw me on the wall and call more of your fam. Trying to put me in a frame with a sword in my hand. Drug race to legitimate robberies. Profits in the pockets of politicians with big properties. Sick of this hypocrisy. Oppressive state they call democracy. They probably got me in the aim now to pop a shot at me, I won't tell. My grandfather died in a cold cell. I say fuck the Poe in every show my soul dwell. That's freedom got a shotgun. 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 Well, you better go get it if you ain't got one. That's freedom got a shotgun. 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 Well, you better go get it if you ain't got one. The government declared bankrupt to private forces to pay the debt. They started using lives as resources. Birth certificate states your worth and new endorses. Medical records of deaths, arrests and abortions are all for sale. You won't even make it to a court cell like they did to Smiley C. Menendez and Sean Bell. Next time they bring you to a station, ask the difference between the law of the land and legislation. Laughing at my words and interrogating my patience to cover up the fact they can't answer my information. See, most feds don't understand the regulation, and they depend on man's ignorance to ratify falsification. See, the approach and the objective is profits. Parasites sucking from the host who endeavors the project. It's logic for them to stay maliciously covert when they're writing new laws in these traditional code words. That's freedom got a shotgun. 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 Well, you better go get it if you ain't got one. That's freedom got a shotgun. 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 Well, you better go get it if you ain't got one. Just remember this, see. Police department is a company that runs based on profit for stakeholders and corporate owners. It's a big business to get you a shout. They depend on crime to make money.
That was my reaction for Meloni, organized democracy, the freedom have a shotgun. Yeah.